I've got 5, I think, really good tips on how to create and curate a capsule collection wardrobe of designer items. I really think that there are really only 5 things that you actually need. You don't need 2 tons of bags and shoes. If you pick the right shoe in the right bag correctly, you don't need more than 1. And I'm going to come on to this in a second as well, but ladies, gents, you also don't need SLGs. You don't need costume jewellery. For the price of half that stuff, you can get a pair of shoes and get change, good change out of it. So let's start with the first thing, ready to wear. Now, you might be thinking, well, I do like designer and I like bags and shoes, but I can't see myself ever purchasing any clothing. And I was like that until probably like 2013 when the Balmain blazer, not this one, the classic one, caught my eye. I think that was the first point where I bought something that was classic and designer, and then when I wore it, I felt like an absolute boss in it because the cut of it is incredible. Nothing quite fits like one of these. Now, here's my tip when it comes to ready to wear. Look at your wardrobe and look at yourself and how you tend to dress, and pick something that for you is a statement, something that you wear frequently. So maybe you're the kind of person who wears dresses a lot and you live in a climate where you don't always wear a jacket or a coat over the top and the dress is the star of the show. Or maybe you live somewhere cold and you normally, your coats, your big oversized coats are your thing. Although it's really tempting to just buy everything new that comes out. Well, I find this anyway. Whenever something new comes out that looks really nice, it plays on my mind like something crazy. But realistically, if I was only going to buy 1 or maybe 2 bags at most, there are basically 3 that I would tell you are worth getting, 2 in particular. So the first thing is, when you buy a bag, if you only want 1 bag and you want it to go on into the future, I think get something in a style that's already been around for ages. I know so many of you are probably sick of me saying this, but it's true. Go and get yourself something by Gucci that's been out for at most 3 years, and the chances of it still being around in 10 years are remote. Whereas get yourself something from a brand where the product's been out for over 10 years already, chances are it's still going to be around in 10 years. So that's always my angle on it anyway. If you can only get 1 bag, it would be one of these 3. The first, not in this colour though. The first is this is from Chanel. This is the classic flap. It's in the smallest size, I think. Yep, this is in the smallest size. If you're gonna get it in black quilted. Caviar or lambskin's up to you. Caviar is better for longer term wear and tear. Lambskin is not fun at all. So this would be the first. Why? Because it looks classic, it looks classy, it goes with anything. You can wear this to the office, Christmas party, or you can wear it out on a weekend around the shops. It's versatile. It can be dressed up, it can be dressed down. The second bag, and I'm including this because it's of a cheaper price point, but it's just as valid in terms of it being around for a while. So this is from Louis Vuitton, and it's the Alma. It's the BBs, the tiny size. Although it's small, you can do quite a lot with it. There's a lot of room going on the inside. This bag is under £1,000 as well. When I bought this, I bought mine in 2016. So it's quite deep. It comes with a crossbody strap. It's versatile. I bought mine in 2016 for around about £650. And from what I know, at current, it's still under 1,000. I'm not someone who loves the canvas, but for some reason I don't mind it on this bag. But hey, even if you don't like the canvas, you can get it in any of the leathers as well. This particular style has been around for generations. It wears well. It's another bag that's good for evening, day, possibly occasion. Although for me, it's probably a bit too dressed down for occasion, but it's one bag that I think you can use it for all of your major life events, pretty much. And then the final Chanel to consider is this. My love affair at the moment is with this bag. This is the Chanel Trendy. I've had a lot of you keep asking me what size it is, and I'm such an idiot because I didn't even know that these came in sizes. I don't know what the size is. But if I hold it up next to the Alma BB, those of you in the know, you might look at this and go, oh yeah, I know what that is. Ultimately, get what you like. But the whole point of this video is talking about getting items that are no-brainers for the future. So yeah, still get what you like, but if you're trying to build up a tiny collection of things that won't date, that you can always just put together and wear, and in like 20 years time they look great, then I think that these are really good options to go for. Everyone, shoes. If you are into designer, you need a pair of designer shoes, and they do not have to be red bottom Christian Louboutin. In fact, if I were to, well, I actually, if you can only buy one pair, I wouldn't buy a pair of his, because I think that they are generally uncomfortable. They are a bit of a show-offy shoe, and there's a time and a place for it. As I say, I just think if I was only going to buy one pair of shoes, it wouldn't be from him. It would be these. I'm sorry. They're just so comfortable and they look amazing. These are the Chanel ballet flats. Classic! They're just classic, and they're comfortable and they last. I have got 3 pairs of Chanel ballet flats, 2 pairs in particular. I just keep getting them re-heeled and redone on the bottom. They just keep going, and weirdly, they don't age. They don't age badly the more you wear them. Like, I've worn these a lot and the leather still looks really fresh on them. These 2 with your black jacket. So for shoes, although these are what I would personally buy, a bit like the scenario I was giving you earlier with ready to wear, pick for you what you wear most given the climate that you live in. So you might be someone who's like, yeah, I love ballet flats, but I live somewhere cold, so I'm mainly in boots. Or you might even be someone who is mainly in a pump, like a heel. Pick something that's right for you. I've completely skipped in this video talking about costume jewellery, and I have spoken before about how buying yourself like a Chanel brooch or a pair of earrings is just something that ends up being really good because you can work it with any outfit and it looks amazing. And I still do stand by that. But for this capsule collection topic, the reason I'm not talking about costume jewellery is this. So first of all, I've said a million times, the quality of it is bad. For the money you're paying, it's not even real gold or silver. It's not even like gold-plated silver. It's brass, a lot of it. I had a lot of you on the video about the Hermes cuff saying, well, what do you expect? It's scratched, it's gold. It's not gold, it's brass, and it's like dipped in gold plate. It's not even gold. Like, yes, you would expect gold to scratch, like 24 karat gold or something, but that's not gold. So I feel with a lot of this stuff, it's not worth it. Now, if you take this necklace, for example, this necklace, which I love, but for the price of this, I can get 2 pairs of Chanel ballet flats. 2 pairs. Another way of looking at it, when it comes to small leather goods, I'm actually going to just do a really quick thing here to share with you how much you would spend on costume jewellery and or small leather goods, and what you can actually get that's a bigger thing that you wouldn't even have thought about. So I would definitely say skip the costume jewellery. Instead, buy yourself the ready-to-wear, a bag, a pair of shoes, a belt, I'm going to talk about in 1 second, and a pair of designer sunglasses, and that's all you need. Because when it comes to jewellery, I think that what can look a lot more classy are things like just a plain pair of diamond or pearl earrings, something that aren't necessarily branded. In fact, you don't even have to go and spend a load of money on like diamonds. You can, if your whole look is really put together and really nice, you can just wear some really inexpensive jewellery from anywhere and make it look really good. I think the Chanel jewellery it looks really nice and it can add something. But for the money that you'd spend, I would personally rather have a pair of shoes or something that adds a lot more to the look than just that on its own. So as part of your capsule collection, get yourself a belt. And try and get yourself a belt that is long enough to be worn on the hip, but small enough to be worn on the waist, because then it gives you the option of, if you do want to wear it higher up, and just make more of it in an outfit as opposed to it just being there to keep your trousers up, then you can put that over a skirt, put it over a jacket. You could wear it in so many different ways, in addition as having it kind of lower down on the hip. Some of my favourite belts, if I was going to say to only buy one, knowing that it's going to keep going, I would say to get the Hermes belt. I can't vouch for the quality of it because, as I said before, I've got one of their Click H bracelets and the quality is really bad, and I'd never buy another one. And I'm assuming the belt, the hardware on the belt is going to be the same, but I'm not sure. But visually, if you're going to buy something and know that it's never going to change design-wise, then I think one of their belts are really good. Another couple of options are something like this from Christian Dior, although with this design of the font on here, this is new to, well, since the end of last year, and you don't know how long they're going to stay doing that for, so you might want to skip that one. Another option that's fairly similar is the Gucci Marmont belt. This is good for now, but I don't think it's going to be here longer term. I think if you're gonna get a belt, get the Hermes one or get a Chanel belt. And then the final thing that I would say is to pick a pair of designer sunglasses in a style. Now this is difficult. Try and pick a pair of designer sunglasses in a style that won't date too much. And this is tricky because you'd look at something and it looks reasonably classic, but times change where glasses go, so it can be really, really hard. But I do think that a good quality pair of sunglasses can really add to the look. The pair that I've chosen to demonstrate are these. These are from Chanel and they've got pearls on the side there. I picked these because they're quite classic in that they've got that thick black glossy frame on them. Do let me know what you think, and if there's anything you think is missing or if you disagree with anything, I would love to get your opinions. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.